Maintaining weight loss, a more difficult task than what Warwick Davis has, reaching the top shelf in the supermarket, and a topic forgotten about just like the Epstein files to Donald Trump, as he has estimated that 80 to 90% of people will regain the weight while after they've lost it. And as someone who's lost 160 pounds, I'm going to go through my daily habits which help me maintain my weight loss. But first, I'll go over some of the reasons why the weight does return in the first place. I think one of the reasons being people follow too many unrealistic diets they can't stick to. They follow too many fad diets where you lose a lot of weight very quickly, but you regain that weight once that diet is over, because that suffering you had during that diet, you don't want to go through that anymore. So you just go back to how you was before and you regain that weight or potentially put more on instead of embedding healthy habits while you're trying to lose weight. Another reason why the weight might return is from unrealistic life goals in general. Thinking that losing weight is going to solve all your problems, it's going to make you completely happy, you're going to find a better job, it's going to solve all your problems, you're going to be attractive enough to find a partner. I can tell you for a fact that doesn't happen. So these might be some other reasons why the weight might return as well. So what you need to do to combat this is first find a sustainable and realistic diet you can stick to forever and not something you're going to suffer doing, and also lowering your life expectations and appreciating all the health benefits you'll gain from losing weight and becoming a lot more fit, and not focusing on all the things you haven't got. So what I do is start off every day is to weigh myself first thing in the morning after I've eaten or drank anything. This is because for me personally, what I find beneficial is weighing myself 7 days a week. This is because if I don't weigh myself, then I see that my weight might creep up like Harvey Weinstein, an unexpected victim. And if I weigh myself 7 days a week, I can look through the highs and lows just because of stuff like water retention, salt and sodium levels, and I can find that medium weight in the middle, and I know I'm maintaining my weight. So weighing myself on a daily basis is what works for me personally. So once I've got my weight, I'll put it into an app called Happy Scale, and this way you can just log your weight on a daily basis, and you can look across the whole entire data of your weigh-ins and have a look across the entire week and see where I'm roughly in the range I want to be at. Now onto my diet, and I maintain my weight around about 2,600 calories per day, and I follow a high protein diet. This is because protein helps keep you more full, helps build and retain any muscle mass, which improves your metabolism, and so I roughly aim for around about 150 to 160 grams of protein per day. Which brings us on to the first meal of the day, breakfast. I don't intermittent fast or anything like that. So what we've got here is 200 grams of strawberries, 1 protein yogurt pot, and 3 caramel rice cakes less there, which in total comes to 359 calories and 23 grams of protein. I still roughly weigh most of my food out. This is because food labels can lie up to 20%, and actually overweight people can underestimate how much they're having by 40%. So them two put together is a worse tag team than Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins. So it's very easy to track your food. I'll put it on screen an example on screen right now. But what you do is you scan the barcode of whatever food you're having. Then you can just get any bowls, something like this, get a weighing scale, reset it, then put the food in of how much you want. I weigh my food out in grams, which is a lot more easier. So yeah, 359 calories and 23 grams of protein for the first meal of the day. So now I've just had my breakfast, I'll go over some of the supplements I have on a daily basis. It's only one thing, creatine monohydrate, and this is because it helps with workout recovery and stuff like that. It also puts water retention into your muscles, making them look bigger. So yeah, I'll take that on a daily basis, 5 grams each day. So yeah, there's also some rubbish like nonsense around taking that sort of stuff that it causes hair loss. I mean, how ridiculous would that be? Imagine being in your early 20s and looking like you have a Make-A-Wish to hand. That'd be absolutely scandalous. So yeah, take around about 5 grams of that a day. Taking more white powder than Tyson Fury did in 2016. So now I'm going to go over a weightlifting session, and I'll be with you after that. Okay, so I just got done with a weightlifting routine. I've just done chest, triceps and legs. And then what I do is I do a 4-day split. So I do chest, triceps and legs one day, back, biceps and shoulders the next day. And I'll repeat that twice over. So I'm hitting each muscle group twice a week, with the emphasis on progressive overload, improving those lifts over time with either weight or repetition increases, training close or to failure in all my sets. I don't do a high amount of volume. I do around about 45 to 50 minutes per session. So yeah, but a lot of intensity in a short period of time, but it's just what I prefer to do rather than doing a lot of junk volume. And I mainly alternate between going to the gym or working out at home. I've decided to work out at home today just because it's easier to make the video. So I have a pair of adjustable dumbbells that go up to 40 kilograms and a bench that has an incline or a decline on it. Just makes life easier, especially just in case the Chinese people get any more bright ideas and start eating food they shouldn't, and the whole world gets shut down again. I will be prepared this time. And there are many benefits of trying to put muscle onto your frame. One of them being it actually helps your body composition, so when you're losing fat and gaining muscle at the same time, it just makes you look a lot better. Also muscle is more metabolically active compared to fat, which basically means that if you put 10 pounds of muscle on, it would burn an extra 60 calories per day compared to fat, which only burns 20 off. So you'd be burning more calories just to rest if you have more muscle onto your frame. Okay, so it's 12 o'clock now, so I'm going to have some lunch now. after that weightlifting session, which you don't have to do. And there's definitely no anabolic window or anything like that where you have to immediately eat after you just worked out. It's just convenient for me now to just have something to eat. And then what I'm having is 4 bacon medallions, 4 Heck chicken sausages and 2 wraps, which in total comes to 542 calories and 58 grams of protein. So, and I'll go in the air fryer for around about, I don't know, 10 to 12 minutes around about 200 degrees. So I'll see you back for once all that's done. Okay, lunch is now done. As I said, 542 calories and 58 grams of protein with some tomato sauce on it. I don't actually weigh out any of the sauces or anything like that because it's low in calories anyway, and I don't use too much of it. So yeah, that's for lunch, and I'll be back with you after I've had this. Okay, so it's been a little bit of time now since I've had my lunch. Now I'm going to go for my daily cardio regime, which is hitting 8,000 sets per day. Walking is my favourite form of cardio just because it's low impact, that I enjoy doing it, and it's something I can stay consistent with. So yeah, I aim for around about 8,000 sets per day. Sometimes it might be more, sometimes it might be a little bit less, depending on the weather and stuff, or if I'm just busy. But yeah, as long as I stay consistent with it in the long run, that's all that matters. Which is probably another reason why diets fails, because people do unrealistic cardio regimes that they're not going to stick to. They go from being completely sedentary to doing hours on the Stairmaster. They start taking up running and stuff like that, which is going to take a lot of tail on your joints and stuff like that. It's going to be a lot of impact for you, which could leave you sore, not wanting to do it anymore. So yeah, picking something that's realistic and something you can stick to in the long haul is going to go a very long way. And for me, that's walking. So I'll get that done now, and I'll probably be back for you for maybe a snack during the day. Okay, so I'm back from my walk now. I've got all the 8,000 steps in. It was nice and easy for me. Now it's around about 3 o'clock now, so I'm going to have a midday snack, which is 195 grams of strawberries and a protein bar, which in total comes to 163 calories and 11 grams of protein. And as for protein bars, if you're someone that's trying to lose weight, I actually wouldn't recommend to have them. They're not very filling, and some of them can be very high in calories for the amount of protein you get. But when I am eating a little bit more, I will have one every so often. But yeah, making sure you fill your diet up with more things like strawberries, which are high in fibre, which take long to digest, but keeps you fuller for longer, is more important when you're losing weight. So yeah, I'm going to have this now, and I'll probably see you back for dinner. Which brings us on to the final meal of the day, dinner, where I'm going to be making cheeseburger and potatoes. So what you need is 170 grams of 5% lean mince, 1 low-calorie roll, 2 slices of low-calorie cheese, 250 grams of potatoes, and with some sweet corn to go on the side of that. And in total, that comes to 868 calories with 65 grams of protein, going into the air fryer for around about, I don't know, 200 degrees for maybe 25 minutes. So I'll see you back once it's done. So my dinner's done now. As you can see, a big portion of food to eat. With that, I'll go with some light mayonnaise. I still go with the light, lower calorie alternative compared to the normal fully calorie mayonnaise, just because I prefer it. So yeah, I'll have this now, and I'll see you back for a conclusion of the day. Okay, so I've just had my dinner now. So today in total, I've consumed 1,993 calories and 160 grams of protein. So with those remaining 667 calories, I can fill up those calories with whatever I want. This is what works perfectly for me, which falls into that 80-20 rule, where 80% of the food I have is high in protein. It's good for you, good in fibre. You got your fruits and all that and vegetables in there. But with the rest of those calories, I can have whatever I want. So chocolate, crisps, anything like that. And this will work for me personally. But yeah, this is what makes me stay on track, even when I'm maintaining my weight, along with cutting. So that concludes my daily routine of what I do to maintain my 160-pound weight loss, which is definitely arguably harder than actually losing the weight in the first place. Because when you're losing weight, you're so focused on that goal, and once you're in that routine of losing weight, it actually does become quite easy. But once you're on the other side of that, now you've actually got to maintain what you've done. It can be very difficult, but as long as you bed in healthy habits when you are losing weight, you can transfer those habits into when you're maintaining weight. So make sure when you are losing weight, make sure you're picking good habits that you can stick to forever. A diet you can stick to. Don't go on any crash diets or anything like that, or something you're not going to be able to stick to forever. Make sure you always go for the sustainable option, and that'll definitely work in the long term.